WRO Singapore 2025, here we come.
WRO Singapore 2025, here we come.
We're bringing home the trophy.
Every great journey begins quietly, with an idea, a spark, a moment. For us, the road to Singapore began in January, when students across Nigeria signed up for a chance to test their skills, their courage, and their imagination. In July, more than 122 teams stood shoulder to shoulder at the WRO Nigeria Nationals, each one determined, each one dreaming. And from that whirlwind of creativity, pressure, and passion, 14 teams rose to the top, 14 teams strong enough to carry Nigeria to the world stage. This isn't the first time Nigeria has stepped into the global arena.
We've taken our brilliance to Malaysia, Russia, Qatar, India, Costa Rica, Thailand, Hungary, Denmark, Germany, Panama, Turkey.
Each time proving that our children have something powerful to say to the world. And now the journey continues in Singapore, a stage where the world will gather, a stage where Nigeria will stand tall again. Meet the students, meet the coaches, meet the dreamers who will represent us all. This is their road to Singapore.
It has been a dream of mine since primary school to represent Nigeria in some aspects. When I heard of the robotics competition, which I'm actually intrigued about, it felt like an opportunity for me to open up.
I always had a knack for hardware, and so once the opportunity to go into robotics came, I quickly leapt into it.
I actually have an interest in robotics and technology, and it just felt good to be able to do that in school as well.
The teams have put in a lot of effort over time, trying to as much as practice, day in, day out, spending more time collaborating and having a team discussion and decision to ensure that they come out victorious at the competition in Singapore called November 26th to 28th. It's been a rigorous process. We've been able to achieve around 90 to 92% of the solution for the task.
The team has prepared rigorously through several number of hours, even beyond their normal academic time, to make sure that this particular project becomes something that can meet up with the global standard. You can imagine that they have to learn so much about things they have not been involved in before in order to make the project work.
The name of our robot is called MedFix.
The name of my robot is Spacey. Spacey is a robot built to explore Mars.
The name of our robot is the Jabo mission. And then the basic task that it performs is that it simulates or automates the tasks that are performed on a spaceship before takeoff.
The problem our robot smart guy solves is the problem of electricity in Nigeria. Electrical fault pose significant threat to life, property, and infrastructure, and our robot is here to solve the problem.
My students were able to identify a common problem in their community, which is Lagos Island, and that has to do with electricity. They see that electricity that is in the community is not safe because every day in, every day out, we keep hearing about news of how buildings, businesses go down the way just because of unreliable electrical supply. So these students identified this problem and they came out with a very brilliant innovation, an idea which is called the Smart Guard Bot.
Smart Guard is an autonomous navigation bot designed to detect electrical faults in real time and also alerts users before disaster strikes.
And our robots can play double stake tennis. I feel like it's a very, very interesting concept because for you to be able to play table tennis, which is normally a hand sport, while using robots to play and go to, revolutionize the future.
How we came about the idea for MedFix is we discovered that a lot of lives are lost every year in Nigeria because many of these individuals did not have access to adequate health care. So basically what MedFix does is that it collects human vitals and diagnose them based on their vitals.
Our robot, SPA, which is the solar-powered
AI agricultural robots can help the farmer in performing key agricultural tasks like planting, harvesting, and monitoring the farmland. It helps the farmer to reduce the amount he spends on labor costs, and it helps the farmer increase crop profitability.
Our robot Rocky is supposed to assemble rockets just for launch into the space, so it's to make human work and efforts lesser.
Our robot is a four-wheeled robot and is meant to actually complete a mission on the board, which is the signs, the traffic, and being able to park at a particular side, which we use Spike in the project to complete the building of the robot. And we have the motor for the wheels and the motor for like the robot itself.
The name of my robot is Launcher 5000, and the mission is to take the balls into the opponent's court, and the less balls you have in your court, the calculation of the less balls you have in your court makes the sum, and then they can decide who is the winner or not.
Our team came up with the idea for our robot through research and then our own creativity.
We discovered that farmers spend 60 to 67% on their revenue paying rising labor costs. So we came together as a team and said, how can we actually reduce the money in which farmers spend paying rising labor costs? That's how we came up with SPA.
So the exciting thing about our robot SPA is that we seeing a robot working on the farmland autonomously and also uses a 6 degrees of freedom of robotic arm for precise seeding and harvesting.
The coolest thing our robot does is that it doesn't need no human interference or interaction when it evacuates the humans to safety, and it also goes to the faulty site to restart the relay module, and the relay module automatically restarts the whole system.
The most exciting thing about our project is being able to integrate it with machine learning. So we have a chatbot that actually collects your vitals and give you different tips on what you can do. So let's imagine your blood pressure is above the normal rate. So it can advise you should stop taking this type of foods. You should start doing this type of exercises.
The most exciting part of building a robot is the part where you and your teammates are arguing, like, no, let's build this. Because before we even actually got to this stage that we should use this particular robot, we dismantled like almost 3 or 5 robots.
The biggest challenge I faced for this competition was coding the robot to do as it's supposed to.
So the challenges we faced while building Rocky was that first we had problem with the sensors. It was not sensing well, so we just had to get another sensor, then reprogram it in the laptop, then it started working.
Our wiring wasn't working at first, so we had to look for other alternatives. Some features weren't working at first, and integrating two languages was a bit of a challenge.
So the biggest challenge we faced when building our robots was teamwork, and also materials damaging, electronics damaging, and also trying to buy new things there was not enough funds to buy enough resources.
As a programmer, if there is any mistake in the one I program, so I have to correct it. So my colleague will have to set the robot so that it will do the correct work that I have programmed.
We also had a lot of problems in trying to modify the robots because we tried and tried and tried and failed, but we came to the realization that, okay, we have to try and use our ingenuity and look at what other people did. Then we made a lot of modifications, and now we believe that nothing comes easy, but we have realized that, after all the modifications we've made, it is highly possible for us to win this competition, and we believe that we are going to win this competition.
Now, ArcLight Foundation has really helped us by sending instructors to help us to understand the concept of our robot and how to build it and the tasks that it performs.
The role of ArcLight Foundation, which is the national organizer for WRO Nigeria, has been a very, very wonderful one. This year, they really bring in a mentorship partnership in with Kandem and Google, whereby we had other mentors from outside Nigeria. Like my mentor is from Kenya, and I really had a wonderful experience with him.
ArcLight has really impacted in the life of the youth, because now many of them are coming out of their shell. And one thing about robotics is that robotics is a kind of a training that expands children's knowledge. I have many students in my school, those of them that are in robotics club, I discovered that they're always leading their team, they're always leading their class.
My students participating at the World Robotic Olympiad Singapore 2025 has been like a motivation to other students in my school, because when we started this journey, a lot of them didn't show their interest. But as this journey continues, the students now saw, wow, that robotics is actually important because it can bring out creativity, uniqueness, and leadership skills in students. And before I know, a lot of students turned in and they wanted to join Senior Junior Secondary School Robotic Clubs. And I was able to accommodate them. And for them now seeing that these students actually won, and they'll be representing students that are coming out from the less privileged society in Nigeria and now going to the global stage to meet and participate with other children like themselves and like mine. It really is like an eye-opener for the rest of my students, and everybody now wants to be a robotics student in my school.
Representing Nigeria at WRO Singapore is a great honor and a huge experience. It is a big competition, but there shouldn't be pressure on it. I feel that Nigeria is lagging behind in the aspect of innovation and technology, and I feel my team and I will go there at Singapore to change the game.
It feels great representing Nigeria at WRO finals at Singapore. It's like carrying the nation's heartbeat. It's more than just a competition. It's a moment to prove that innovation doesn't depend on your location or luxury. It depends on your passion, your vision, and your determination.
We're going with an open mind, an open heart, and open spirits.
I hope to win in my category and also make a lot of connections in helping build my career.
I'm very nervous to represent Nigeria at the WRO, but I hope to do well and represent both my school and Nigeria proudly.
I look forward to going to Singapore because it's one of the best tourist destinations that I've heard of, and I'm really excited to go there.
It's been a challenging journey, and with each challenge, we are seeing how students have grown from being fearful and how they have improved their skills, and even technically, robotics, programming, there have been growths at different aspects. So once again, I'd like to say thank you to Alkalight Foundation and WRO generally for making this platform available for students.
Thank you, Kande.
Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Google, for sponsoring WRO Nigeria 2025.
Thank you, Coca-Cola, for supporting WRO competition in Nigeria.
Thank you, WRO, for partnering with Alkalight Foundation in Nigeria.
I also want to thank the Lagos State government as well for ensuring that the students in public schools are not left behind in this kind of events and developments and competition. We use this medium to invite all other state governments, ministries of education to collaborate with us to ensure that we take robotics and AI into our classrooms, even in the hard-to-reach communities, because that is the future and we do not want any child to be left behind.
WRO Singapore 2025, here we come.
Here we come.